Hananya, I'll take this question to you now. Clearly, what people are saying is the fact that education can do only this much. There is a political will that is needed. Do you think political will is what is required at the moment? Because this is an issue which we have seen how lakhs have lost their lives. The British could not do anything. They left, giving the history behind the entire Israel-Palestine conflict. Do you think now is the time when others should also sit? Do you think if global leaders come together, this is something which can be solved? Or do you believe only Israel can sit, only Palestine can sit, only the leaders can sit and do something?
That's a very good question. And I think that, first of all, there should be a political will. And for the sake of our audience, I will mention that Israel has offered the Palestinian Authority multiple times several peace offers, to which the answer was a loud no. The Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, who just began his 19th year of his 4-year term, he would willingly fly to New York City to the UN to talk about how much he wants peace, but yet he refuses to drive 30 minutes from Ramallah to Jerusalem to negotiate peace. So there should be political will, and Israel has extended its hand for peace multiple times because we do not want this bloodshed to continue. We want to live in peace. But just like I mentioned, you don't have a partner for peace whenever we just had this terror attack in Jerusalem, and the Palestinian people took it to the streets to celebrate, to launch fireworks, to hand out candies. They celebrate when my people die. How can we shake hands and make peace when they teach and encourage that? And it comes from the political level that they pay terrorists who murder my people, my brothers and sisters. They pay them a salary. So they make it worth for them to go out and carry out these terrorist attacks. I think that there should be political will, but even more than that, the people should. I think that we are in an era where the people will be the ones to bring peace, where people will say, we're sick and tired of this. We choose to love one another, and we choose to put an end to this ongoing bloodshed and hate, because hate will bring more hate and war, but love will bring peace.
Dr. Azrami, I will take this question to you now. If there are people who are celebrating the death of Israelis, do you really believe that peace is something that both the sides can actually look at? There's a lot of finger pointing here.
I think the Palestinian people needs peace more than any people in this world, because we are suffering from the lack of peace. But peace is to practice the national rights, civil administration, civil determination, and self-determination, and having a Palestinian independent state, and solving the whole core issues of this conflict. This is the peace. Peace, not just declarations. Israel all the time declares that it wants peace, but on the ground there are settlement projects which can prevent any kind of establishing a Palestinian independent state. This government mainly signed its program on the annexation de facto of the Palestinian territories by dividing the security forces between the defense ministry and between the civil government with the Smotrich. They signed that they don't want to give up any square centimeter from the Palestinian occupied territories. By this government, by this program, by these activities, by commitment to a settlement project, by changing the status quo in Jerusalem, no one can speak about peace. Peace should be done by accepting the principle of establishing a Palestinian national state, an independent one, on the basis of 1967 borders, as the international law and resolutions said all the time. This is the peace. If the Israeli government is willing to do this, I think all Palestinians are partners, not just President Mahmoud Abbas. And even when the Israelis talk about opportunities that the President Mahmoud Abbas refuses, I think this false propaganda. It is not true. There are two occasions that the Israelis offered something for Palestinians, but it wasn't completed because the two prime ministers, Ehud Barak and Ehud Olmert, went to early elections and stopped negotiations when it was progress in these negotiations. I think we are suffering from occupation. If Israel wants peace, they should end the occupation immediately and go towards peaceful agreement on the terms of reference accepted by the international community.